I'm pretty sure the Teacher's Pet movie traumatized me.
What? How so?
Okay, so I'm one of the, 10 people who actually went to see the Teacher's Pet movie when it was in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay, so here's the thing about me. So, you know how they have some movies where it's like a non-human character and they turn human?
Yeah.
For some reason, those really freak me out. Like, I actually have difficulties watching Shrek 2 because human Shrek freaks me out.
Oh my God.
And I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure the Teacher's Pet movie has something to do with it. All I remember about the Teacher's Pet movie is that the dog turns human, and something about that movie really freaked me out, but I can't remember what it was.
Was it the human design for the dog?
I don't know.
Oh boy. We've gone off the deep end here, haven't we?
Hi! Hi, Mario!
Mario, it's time to meet Billy Manilli!
I sound like a chain-smoking toad.
I sound like an old woman on crack. Oh my God, we're gonna quote World Guardians until it becomes meme status. Just kidding, we're gonna keep quoting it even after it gets meme status.
Yeah, that's not gonna stop us.
We are unstoppable meme machines.
Anyway, so in honor of this beautiful goat picture that you sent me here,
Mm-hmm.
I want to show you a comic that I drew a long, long time ago. I think I made it, when I was in high school, freshman, sophomore year, around that time. I don't remember exactly when.
Okay.
But the artwork isn't great because I wasn't a good artist, but I think it's still good. I'm still proud of Goatman. So I'm putting it in the Discord now, and go ahead and read Goatman.
Okay, let's see here. What? Damn it, I hate comics where the resolution is super weird, because then you can just, zoom in and it's weird. It's Goatman. Holy shit. Holy shit. Thanks, Goatman. Bleed. He just fucking disappears. This is good shit. This reminds me of,
I actually have a drawing of Goatman on my whiteboard. It's just like his head, and it says, "Don't you have work you should be doing?" And that's what motivates me during the day.
It's just Goatman?
Yeah, it's just Goatman telling me, don't you have work you should be doing?
Oh my God, I love that. Just, don't you have work you should be doing? Bleed.
Yeah, that's Goatman. Is he the greatest? He's the coolest goat in the world. It's Goatman.
He's a defender of justice. Might kill you if you're not careful. It's Goatman.
What's your favorite thing about Goatman?
That he's really honestly super violent. I wish you finished the comic off though when he says, "Wow, thanks, Goatman." Goatman bites his jacket and takes a rip off it, then eats it, and then bleats, and then leaves.
I was not that smart when I made this comic.
Also,
Believe it or not.
would have been funny if it was cartoony and he was just an actual goat, like a straight up just realistically rendered goat in this anime-ish cartoon world, and he pulls a gun, he twists his head back. You know how goats can twist their heads 360 degrees, which is really creepy.
No, they can do that?
I saw a gif of a goat do that, or it could have.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a goat, and he has a holster on his left shoulder, and he turns his head 360 degrees, pulls it out, whips it back, and starts shooting the guy.
Holy shit!
And then the guy gets obliterated. That would have been funny. Hold on, goat head turning, goat. Yep, here it is. Here it is. Let me get it. Look at this. Look at this creepy fuck. Oh, wait. That's the wrong one. Hold on.
Ah!
Here. Here.
Then what's the right one? Ah! Wait, it's the same picture twice.
No, it's a GIF the second time.
Oh, no, it's... Ah! No. Oh.
That's actually more 180 degrees, but still pretty close.
What you doing, girl?
You should put that in the episode and just have his head crack and like screaming, like neck cracks, like.
Oh my god, no, Goatman.
It looks so unnatural. Just the way
I don't think goats are natural.
Just the way his head slowly rises and then just the quick turn.
Are goats even real?
This one is, apparently. Looking at it is messing me up a little bit.
Oh.
Oh god, it's even creepier reversed. Here.
No, don't. Ah! Now you're the goat. See, that's what Goatman sounds like. He doesn't go bleat. He goes like, or whatever goat noise.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we've learned that goats are fucking inhuman. So.
Well, yeah, they're not human. They're goats.
You fucking know what I fucking meant. Shut up. So go buy Volume 1 of Goatman on luluprintsstore.com. You can also get fanfiction there.
Use the promo code Mother's Basement for 600 yen off your first purchase.
Speaking of Mother's Basement, actually,
Yeah?
There's this Portuguese channel that's stealing content from like all these YouTubers, like who else? It was Jan.
Oh yeah, I saw his video on it.
Yeah, so I just would like to question, why did you think Mother's Basement content was worth stealing? Portuguese channel. What value could you possibly discern from Mother's Basement? I'm being honest here. He only comes up with good video concepts. Like, one of his videos that I still unironically like is the one where he like straight up analyzes Sword Art Online as a game and like how it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good video of his. But everything else is crap.
I feel like when he's talking about things he's actually passionate about, then he's good. Like his Archie video, I like that one too.
But that's never. He never.
Yeah, that's the problem. He almost never talks about things he's passionate about. Also, he gets excited over the smallest things. He's just a little puppy. He's like, if he sees an animation cut that's even slightly above average, he's like, oh my god, ah!
Yeah, and he like dissects anime OPs, which is like...
Except it's like the most obvious symbolism. Like he analyzes all the... Instead of, like, when he analyzes the gamer's opening, instead of talking about maybe what the greater implications of using these games might be, instead he's just like, this is a reference to this game, and that's a reference to that game. Like, he never goes deeper than the surface level.
Welcome to Dumb Words, where we exclusively shit on anime YouTubers.
God, Dumb Words is gonna be like 50% just roasting YouTubers.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean for it to be this way, but I'm a very salty human being.
It's okay. I'm salty too.
Not as salty as a salty DK Dan. Haha. Bazing, salty.
That's not true. He's actually a good boy.
He's the nicest boy. I love him.
I don't know why he calls himself salty, because he's not very salty at all. He's very nice.
Yeah. I mean, I shit on him a lot, and he just straight up, like, takes it.
Aww.
It's so easy.
So I guess this is a good segue into that. So what did you want to talk about for Spider-Man PS4?
Have you...
I don't know anything about it.
Oh, what the fuck? I thought you did. Do you like Spider-Man?
No, I do like Spider-Man. I just have no free time, and I can't keep up with the latest of anything.
Wow, even I have no free time, and even I can keep up with the latest of anything. Like, Spider-Man for PS4 is being developed by Insomniac, who are the guys who do Ratchet and Clank, right?
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good fit for Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Sucker Punch would have been nice too, but you know.
Yeah, Sucker Punch would have been good, but I think Insomniac can work.
Yeah, Sucker Punch is too busy doing their Weeb game. Spider-Man for PS4 has a lot of cool shit going on. The combat is basically like Arkham, except there's a lot of more verticality to it, where you can like improvise more, interact with the environment with your webs, and use gadgets and shit.
Ah, that's awesome.
Like
that is like a Spider-Man thing.
And there's also the Arkham Knight sneaking stuff too. But like with Spider-Man stuff, you can interact with the environment using webs. Like in the E3 demo, he uses his spider sense to slow down time, shoot out a web gadget that webs up the enemy, like that passes through the trip laser, and then he hops to another advantage point. There are two guys who notice like something's going on, so he webs up a crane, yanks it, and then knocks them both out.
That's awesome.
I know, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much other cool shit, like web swinging, like is basically Spider-Man 2, but way better. You can fucking jump around, swing like usual, but you can also like perch on vantage points to hop off them to gain a boost of speed. And then if you hit a wall, instead of doing that awkward wall slide like in 2, you'll just run on the wall, and depending on how you crash into the wall, you can either run horizontally, vertically, or you can turn into a vertical run and then just hop off, or web zip so you can go forward with the same momentum.
Oh, like in the Ultimate Spider-Man game.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah!
It's so much fucking fun! Or it looks so much fucking fun.
Too bad I'm not gonna get a PS4. There's no backwards compatibility. Like, fuck that.
They're working on it, I think. Also, PS4s are getting cheaper and cheaper by the year, so you'd be just better off waiting, probably.
When they release a backwards compatible one, I'll think about it. But until then, there's only like 4 PS4 games that I want.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, the new Spider-Man looks cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any history with Spider-Man games?
I do, actually, and I have a couple funny stories with Spider-Man games, believe it or not.
Go for it.
I was younger. I was super, super huge into Spider-Man, not for reasons people might think. And I saw on the back of a cereal box, it was like, hey, guess what? If you mail in all these box tops, you can get a Spider-Man game in the mail. And I was like, Mom, I gotta get all these box tops. And she was like, Christ, fine. So you get all the box tops, send them in. And then it turns out the game, quote unquote, is actually just a demo of the Neversoft Spider-Man game for PS1. So those box tops were worth jack fucking shit, but I had a blast with that game. I was all over it. I was like, this is the best game ever made. It's so good. And
I love Spider-Man games.
Yeah, Spider-Man has a better track record than most superheroes do. Not that that's saying much, but
yeah.
So it was really popular with my circle of friends because we would all sit around and play it. And like I remember one time they were all hogging the game for me, even though it was my fucking house. I got super mad, and like I was like a very like complete 180 from how I am today, where I'm just a big ball of anger and misery. I was like a very sad and like wimpy child. I was just like, and then I like took out my aggression by poking a hole in a kiwi, which is obviously not that big a deal, you know, like it's just a fucking kiwi. But for some reason, my mom got like super pissed at me. She was like, Nolan, did you put your hole in this kiwi? Did you do that? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, you're gonna eat the fucking kiwi, Nolan. I was like, I don't want to eat the kiwi. And so like she cuts up the fucking kiwi, makes me eat it, because but kiwis made me sick because of the texture, and like autism plus bad texture equals.
I don't like kiwis.
Yeah, so then I vomited all over the table, and she got really mad. So it's that her plan backfired. So yeah, that's the story of how a Spider-Man game made me vomit via kiwi.
Aww.
And then yeah.
I never played Spider-Man 2, but I did play a lot of Ultimate Spider-Man.
I own Ultimate Spider-Man, except it's for GameCube, and I don't know if it's on PC.
I don't know if it is. I have the PS2 version.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that I didn't give a shit about the story. I had to fire up that game the moment I'm done with the tutorial. Like, even though Peter would constantly be like, aren't I due for a swirly at 3? Or, man, I do not want to miss that science test. And, like, shit like that.
Fuck off, Peter.
Like, yeah, exactly. I was just swung around and rode on cars and And I climbed buildings, that's all I did all day long.
Yeah.
Literally all I did in that game was just fuck around.
I also like...
And then I actually recently tried to sit down and play the story, and it sucked.
Yeah, it's the Spider-Man's voiced by Mac from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Yeah, it's really distracting.
Yeah, and he like tries to do Spider-Man's quips, and it's like you sound so bad.
I know.
You don't have any of the Spider-Man charisma that you need for this role. Why are you like this?
Oh, poor guy.
I mean, I don't hate him, but I'm saying if he like...
He does not make a good Spider-Man.
All I'm saying is if he got run over by a car so he couldn't voice Spider-Man anymore, I'd be okay with that. You know? Like, that's reasonable, right?
Oh.
To wish death upon somebody for a bad role? Like, that's totally...
No, it's not.
It's totally reasonable.
Nope.
Come on.
Nope.
Come on, gamers. Can't you relate to me?
Nope. No, they can't.
I mean, they can. Have you seen them?
Okay, good point.
Got him. Snap, 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 snap. Haha. So, what was do you have any Spider-Man stories or experiences that you would like to share with the class?
Not that I could think of.
Wow.
I like Spider-Man. I grew up with him. My little brother has Spider-Man obsession. I love Spectacular Spider-Man. I don't really like Season 2, though, but Season 1 is pretty good.
What was so bad about Season 2?
Okay, so it's kind of weird. Season 2, I wouldn't say it's a garbage season. It's perfectly fine. It's not like a Danny Phantom season quality drop or anything. It's a perfectly good season. I guess it's kind of just... I don't know. It loses a lot of what I feel made the first season really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the first season had these cool experimental episodes. It had a lot of fun single adventures that didn't tie into bigger stories. Well, they did tie into bigger stories, but you could still enjoy the single adventures, stuff like that.
Yeah.
The second season was less episodic.
Mm-hmm.
It also reused the same, like, structure gimmick over and over. Like, one episode, it's like, during the episode, they're, like, cutting to characters as they're auditioning for the play. And it's like, okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Then they do it again in a later episode where people are interrogating Peter's friends, like, oh, is Peter Spider-Man? And then, if I'm not mistaken, they did it a third time. I can't remember what the third time was, but... Oh yeah, that's right! The third time was, like, the party. They're going to the party, and they're cutting to people talking to each other at the party.
Mm-hmm.
They reused that episode gimmick 3 times in a row.
Was it supposed to be like a mini story arc or something, or like what?
No, they weren't connected. Sorry,
Wow.
not in a row. They just reused the same gimmick 3 times.
Okay.
Also, like, that twist with the Green Goblin was, like, really dumb to me. Especially, like, that shot at the very end. Like, do you remember what I'm talking about?
I know that I didn't watch Season 2. I watched all of Season 1. I watched bits of Season 2 here and there. I know that the Green Goblin was Harry because his dad drugged him, right? Was that...
No, it was just his dad the whole time, and he just drugged Harry and made him think he was the Goblin.
Oh, what the fuck? That's dumb.
Yeah.
It would have been much stronger if Harry was, like, drugged to be the Goblin.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it have been? Too bad it's not. And then the very last scene of Season 2, like, you think the Green Goblin's defeated, and, you know, Harry's all like, I hate Spider-Man, he killed my dad,
Mm-hmm.
and then, we cut to an airport, because, like, the two scientist characters, like, the guy who was the lizard and his wife were, like, leaving the town,
Mm-hmm.
and, like, they're entering a plane, and then someone walks in behind them, and he turns his head. It's fucking Mr. Osborn, but with a stupid fake mustache.
So
it felt like the punchline to a joke. Like, ha-ha! I'll get you next time, Spider-Man! It was really dumb.
That is really dumb.
It was very dumb. Also, there was a much heavier focus on the romance, which I hated. And, like, it was obvious, they were obviously just prolonging it. You know, when it's, like, obviously they're just one conversation away, but the show keeps doing stupid shit to make it last as long as possible. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely, yeah. Like, oh man.
Season 2 was all about that.
I remember Derek Dryman talking about Ben 10 Omniverse and how, like, staff hate the term filler. And I'm, like, thinking, well, it's kind of true. There's lots of filler in shows. Y'all can't make a star story so you don't get salty about it. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I respect your craft, dudes. Like, I get it. Making a cartoon is hard, but don't get salty when people criticize it, because it's valid.
But yeah, that's... So, like, I wouldn't say skip Spectacular Spider-Man Season 2, because, like I said, it's not bad. Mm-hmm. There are some really great moments, but it's no Season 1, I'll tell you that.
Season 1 was great, although my biggest pet peeve was that Peter just could have gone under a pseudonym for the Daily Bugle, and he could have still been
I don't know why he didn't... That would have solved, like, 90% of his problems, like, right then and there.
Yeah.
Why didn't he do that?
Like, and he's clever, too, so I don't get why it's, like, all of a sudden an issue.
Oh, yeah, also, J. Jonah Jameson's character got fucking nerfed in Season 2, and I hate it.
He was really cool in Season 1, like, he actually helped out Peter, which is, like, his...
Yeah.
Which is, like, his gimmick
scene
is that...
with the rhino is, like, one of my favorite scenes in the whole show.
Spider-Man canon, period. Like...
Yeah.
That's what makes J. Jonah Jameson, like, a compelling character instead of just a funny one. He, like, actually gives a shit about Peter to an extent.
Yeah. In Season 2, it's like, fuck that. Like, there's an episode where like, Venom's going around, like, Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and Peter's like, okay, but he's a villain, so, like, I don't know why you guys trust him. And Jonah Jameson just straight up sells him out. He fucking publishes newspapers saying that Spider-Man is Peter Parker. Like, he doesn't give a shit. And it's like, what the fuck, dude?
So was that, like, is that the status quo from then on in Season 2, or does he eventually regain his secret identity?
No, they managed to clear it up within the same episode. Like, one of the things that's actually good about Season 2 is that Dash actually has, like, a bit of a character arc in it, where, like, there's this part in the episode where, like, he dresses up as Spider-Man to divert the paparazzi away, and then, like, when they unmask him, he's like, see, anyone could dress up as Spider-Man. And it's like, oh, hey, he's actually, like, standing up for him. And he actually, like, gets friendlier with Peter that Season 2, and that's nice. But I don't remember how they clear it up that episode, but they clear it up somehow in that episode.
That's one of my that was one of my favorite things about the Amazing Spider-Man 1 movie, was that his Uncle Ben dies, and Dash is like, I know, I'm sorry. And Peter just, like...
I love that scene.
Peter's about to beat the shit out of him, but then he just, like, breaks down in his arms, and I'm like, damn. Solid fucking Darity. I wish the kids at my school were that nice.
So good!
If only the whole movie series was like that, instead of the fucking stupid intrigue plot.
I mean, the first movie wasn't a masterpiece. It's better as a series of individual scenes than it is as a coherent film, in my opinion.
It's basically like a TV show.
Kind of, yeah.
Like, Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield were great together for that part of time, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just wish that series deserved better.
It did.
At least we got Tom Holland Spider-Man, who's pretty great.
We did.
Thank you, Tom. It sucks that you hate Twinkies, though.
I don't really like Twinkies either.
But a twink not liking Twinkies? Really?
Okay, that's a good point.
Got him. Do you remember those Tumblr GIFs where, like, when Avengers hype was at its peak on the internet? Like, fandom-wise. And they had Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, but he was, like, Tony and Steve's son. And they edited GIF stuff together where they find out he's Spider-Man. And they're like, no, it can't be. It's impossible. No. And then it's, like, super overdramatic and shit. Do you remember that?
I didn't see that. I just saw this really adorable comic where Steve and Tony are, like, at the Disney store, and, like, baby Peter Parker is, like, trying to get Captain America to buy him 2 plushies, and trying to get Tony to buy him a plushie, and Tony's like, no, you can only get 1. And then Steve walks up to him with, like, his arms full of plushies, and he's like, Tony, credit cards buy things! I think that was adorable. But wow. I haven't seen, like, What? It was cute.
I can't believe you're a filthy shipper.
I'm not a shipper. I just enjoy cute things.
Gay.
I mean, I am.
Oh.
And so are you.
Oh. It's like fucking it's like the fucking most popular girl in school. Oh. Guess that makes sense.
So is that for Spider-Man's?
I can't think of anything else to add other than remember that comic that where Spider-Man killed Mary Jane with his radioactive semen?
Never forget.
Of course.
Forget. Next topic is something that I've been meaning to talk about for a while. Have you ever heard of an app called Line Webtoon?
I have not. What is that?
It's an app where you can read a bunch of webcomics, and it's actually cool because, like, then the webcomic artists get, like, revenue for their, like, original stuff, and it's like, hey, that's nice.
Okay, but
the thing is that webcomic is just absolutely flooded with cheesy romance comics, and I love them. I don't even like romance, but I like drama romance stories because it's not because it's the romance, it's because it's a fucking power play, you know? It's like fucking Death Note up in here, these characters trying to calculate everyone else's next move and shit. Either that or it's just like trash and it's hilarious. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I get ya.
Yeah. So, I've read like 50 million different romance webcomics. Some of them are Korean, which is like a whole other genre in and of itself. And then some are American. One in particular that I read because it's the funniest thing in the world. It's called Let's Play. And
off to a great start already.
It regularly gets the #1 on the charts. It's about this awkward shy girl who's a game programmer, but one day a YouTuber gives her game a bad review. And that YouTuber is also her new neighbor.
That actually sounds pretty great. Not gonna lie.
It's the trashiest thing in the world. There's like a part where she's just like walking through a park or something, and he's just fucking shirtless jogging. And there's like the fucking detailed shot of his chiseled abs.
As you do.
Or how the YouTuber is portrayed as, like, the most perfect, infallible, nicest guy on the planet. And, like, the main character is treated as unreasonable for, like, being unhappy with him. And he's, like, constantly like, no, let me make it up to you. And she's just like, don't talk to me. It's great.
It's like Twilight, except less uncomfortable.
Oh, there are some parts that are kind of uncomfortable. Like, there's this one part where someone, like, a coworker accidentally spills coffee on her sweater, so she, like, has to take it off. But, like, her undershirt is just, like, a spaghetti strap, which is, you know, not appropriate work attire. So her boss, who's, like, this super sexy blonde guy, like, calls her in, like, hey, you know that's not appropriate attire. And she's like, yeah, but, like, I can't wear my sweater. It's got coffee and shit on it. And then he, like, fucking takes off his shirt and puts it on her.
What a good boss. That's so nice of him.
But it's portrayed as, like, super sexy. Like, he buttons down his shirt and, like, puts it on her without, like, he doesn't ask, hey, do you need a shirt? He just puts it on her.
Well, I mean, you're like a lesbian, so I don't think you'd understand, you know, the intricacies of like men taking shirts off for you. So
I guess that.
Yeah.
And then you find out later that he has a spare shirt that he could have just given her.
Wow, that's pretty.
That's how hard they're reaching to get these boys shirtless.
Well, I mean, maybe that's like sexier to some people, like. Wow, he had a spare shirt and he chose to take his off. Oh, that's so dreamy. Like, not everything is about logic, Robo. Sometimes it's just about passion.
I guess you're right. Anyway, so I've noticed some trends from all of these romance webcomics that I've read.
Mm-hmm.
So, here's what is the ultimate, like, palette that every single romance webcomic follows. Okay, so And I'm talking, like, girls' romance comics. I don't know how the boy romance comics go.
Probably bad.
Okay. Yeah. So, there's the girl, and the girl is either a quirky, silly girl, or the saddest person on the planet. No in-betweens. There's never, like, just a normal person. No. Either quirky, silly girl, or Captain Depression. Main character always has two friends, one girlfriend and one boyfriend. And if it's a Korean webcomic, then they could be any race, but if it's not, then the cast is pretty much entirely white, except for the one boyfriend who is always a minority. Just always.
Minorities are attractive. Duh.
But they're not the love interest, they're just a friend character.
Oh.
Like, they might have, like, a romance subplot, but they're not, like, for the main character. Okay, and, like, these friend characters, they don't really have anything else going on. They're always meeting up with the main character at, like, cafes and stuff. And every time that the main character isn't there, they're always talking with each other about the main character, because they just don't have anything else going on in their lives.
That's sad.
Okay, and then for the love interest, you got a couple of love interests. There's always a childhood friend. The childhood friend is sometimes the main love interest, sometimes not, depends on the comic. But usually not. Usually the childhood friend is the love interest who's into them, but then is tragically rejected. There's main boy.
Mm-hmm.
Main boy is always portrayed as the coolest dude in the world. Always the nicest, handsomest, most goodest good boy.
I mean, how could he not be? He's the handsomest good boy.
Then there's rival love interest. The rival love interest is the interesting one, because he's the one who actually takes initiative and asks the main girl out. That always happens. There's always a rival who, like, asks the girl out before the main love interest can get up the courage to. And so it's like, oh man, is she gonna stay with him? But what about main boy?
God, this sounds like high school all over again.
So there's always a rival character. And then, of course, every single side character also has their own love interest. Of course. Because you can't live in a world without romance. It's just not possible. It just doesn't happen.
It is impossible.
And then, of course, there's the gimmick. Every single one of these comics is this exact template, except for one gimmick. Like, there's a super secret, a personal favorite, where it's just like that, except there's, like, monster characters. Like, the love interest is, like, a werewolf, and he lives with, like, a witch and a Frankenstein and stuff. Or there's another one, also very good, called Gourmet Hound, where every love interest is a chef, and there's, like, a food theme. And, like, every character is named after a food, and every chapter is named after, like, a certain dish.
Mm-hmm.
Or, there's a video game theme, like in Let's Play.
What's your favorite one?
My favorite one is Gourmet Hound. I just think it's really cute.
Because why is it called Gourmet Hound? Is it like the guy's a dog chef or something?
No, that's just the name of the restaurant.
Oh, so
so there are doggos in it.
If they serve hot dogs, do you think they call them Red Rockets? Huh? 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 That's a good one, huh? Yeah? Huh? Yeah. It's a pretty good one, yeah. It's a good joke. Yeah. That's a good joke. I laughed. Did you laugh? I laughed. Robo? I'm picturing the video accompanying video in my head, and it's just you looking really disappointed.
It, like, slowly pans out while you're going like, huh? Huh? Like, the green screen fades away and they're just in a studio.
Yeah, no, and then you cut to the people behind the camera and they're just, like, shaking their heads.
Okay, but yeah, so with all that laid out, do you want to make up a Korean romance webcomic following these parameters?
Absolutely. So,
what's our gimmick? We have to decide that first and foremost.
Okay, our gimmick is cosplayers.
Yes, that's a good gimmick. That's an A+ gimmick.
It's about the cosplay fashion world, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's about it's about a cosplay maker and a cosplayer. One person is like, they think, oh, I'm too fat, oh, I have herpes or something, etc.
That's gotta be the main character, the love interest.
Yeah.
Another thing about these romance webcomics, the main characters are not allowed to have any self-esteem.
Yes, exactly.
They have to be reassured by the love interest.
Yes.
It's just the law. So the main character is a cosplay maker, but they could never model their own clothes. They're just not pretty.
Yeah, like they had an incident in like arts and crafts where they made a costume for like a pageant, right? And then this mean bitchy girl.
And then it got like torn up like that scene in Cinderella.
No, like this mean bitchy girl is like, huh, you think you could wear that? Fatty fatso McFatty fuck Fatterson fuck bitch fuck you. And then
Can the mean bitchy girl be a love interest?
No, here's the twist. The mean bitchy girl is the love interest to our love interest. But she's like a total like two-faced bitch, right? So like the dude has like no idea, and he's like the sweetest person and loves the main girl's cosplay, and like the main girl like doesn't have the self-esteem to confront her, so she's constantly competing, and her like act 2 low point is when the main guy is like, actually I'm gonna marry this girl, and then main girl's like,
yeah,
and main girl's like, oh no, what the shit, fuck, god damn it, and then she starts like crying, and like she's like, oh no, I can't believe this. And then since this is Korea and it's obviously very misogynistic, we're going to have her lose weight to make her feel better about herself, because she can't feel better about herself if she's fat, right? Yeah. That's how women are. They have to be thin if they want to love themselves, obviously.
Gourmet Hound is a Korean webcomic. It's actually very progressive.
Progressive in terms of Korea or progressive in general?
Just in general, like, even by American standards, it's actually very progressive. There's some gay characters, they actually play around with race a lot, which is surprising since, that's not a common thing in Korea. And there's, like, some gay characters, like, one of the potential love interests was female, and she was actually, like, a chubby female, too, and no one ever criticized her for it. Actually, she was very cute.
Good job, Gourmet Hound author. You did good. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Maybe someday Korea will follow in your footsteps. Also, maybe someday.
Yes.
But also, back to our comics. So,
right.
So either we have to choose either main girl needs to lose weight in order to feel better about herself, or she can stay fat and learn to accept herself and finally confront bitchy McBitchface.
No, what I'm thinking is what happens is, see, what you're doing is you're thinking in terms of conventional storytelling.
Okay.
Korean, or really any romance webcomic, doesn't follow that convention. They follow the convention of, we are going to drag this out as long as possible.
Okay.
That's so the thing is that she can't just immediately get her revenge or feel bad. What she's gonna do is that there's gonna be a rival love interest who comes in and starts going out with her, and that like instills doubt in the main love interest.
Ooh, just to make just to drag it out longer, like.
Yeah, and see this rival love interest.
Mm-hmm.
He does actually try dressing up the girl and being like, "Oh, you're beautiful," but the thing is that the girl doesn't get to choose how she looks. He's like, "You'll look good in this. You'll look good in that." And so she's like...
So it's like basically like like negative body positivity still, but in a different way. Yeah! That's a good idea.
So she's like, I look pretty, but I don't feel pretty,
Oh, and maybe she's actually transgender.
Yeah!
Twist! And she decides that, you know what? I may be a male, and I'm fine with that. And it's like, hell yeah. And the main bitchy girl is like... She's like, becomes a transphobic piece of shit. But then the main love interest is like, no, he can be whoever he wants. And then it becomes gay.
Yes.
Wow. And then
the old homo bait and switch.
Yeah, so the whole time we secretly like instill like hints that they're trans or something, and then it's like twist. Whoa, what?
Like maybe like they're always wearing baggy clothes.
Yeah.
And like they're like really uncomfortable when they're getting dressed and they see themselves in the mirror. Yeah.
And that's the twist, everybody. And then the main love interest and our main character live happily ever after, and the main love.
What about the friend characters? We haven't figured out the friend characters and their romance stories.
Okay, so one of the friends is a filthy otaku.
Okay, of course.
And then since otakus are notoriously creepy, we're gonna have one of them kidnap the bitchy love interest and kill her.
Yeah.
She gets killed by otaku guy because he wants revenge for his friend, but he's obviously a creep, so he goes to jail. And then main bitchy girl has a clique, right? And like we could do this like stepsister Cinderella style where they're like, oh man, you should date us.
Your precious mother.
Your precious mother. This is coming along very well. I think we're developing a good lore, a good story.
Yeah, we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to add?
Okay, so I think there should be a cosplay pageant that the story is building up to.
Mm-hmm.
And so the main character, she has this friend that she's gonna model it in, and she's like making her cosplay.
Yeah.
And then in the last second, her friend gets fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that at this point, the main character's already transitioned. He can't wear this cosplay. He made it for a girl. Who's gonna be the model? And then, bitchy girl steps in. She feels bad. And she wants to make it up to main character. So she's like, I'll do it. You've always been a good designer. I'm so sorry. I was jealous of you the whole time.
And then the tragic irony is that even after she heel turns, she gets murdered anyway. Tragic.
Yeah.
Tragedy.
Tragedy.
Koreans love that shit.
Yeah. Oh, also one of the characters should have amnesia.
Yeah, but they don't like actually play a role or anything. It's just like a background joke. And their story arc is like in the background.
Like, I don't fucking remember anything.
What the fuck is this shit? But yeah.
Fuck?
The fuck? The fuck? The fuck is all this shit?
One of the friend characters gets amnesia, but it's never like a story element. That's just like part of their personality now.
Yeah. They're like, I don't know. I don't remember shit.
Yes. Okay, but now, most importantly, what's our title? It has to be a pun. Remember that.
Cosplay conundrum.
Kosuke.
Okay, you got me.
Or... No, because then we give away the twist.
No, we won't.
How about... Yeah, I got nothing. I'm really bad with puns.
Yeah, I think Kosuke is as good as we're gonna get.
Okay, so look out for Kosuke on Yen Press. Use the promo code Mother's Basement for 600 yen off your next purchase.
Oh my god. That's just cruel. Don't do Jeff in like this. Just kidding, totally do him in like this. I don't care.
Okay, so I think that's it for Romance Webcomic Town.
Yep.
Our next topic, unless you have one you wanna put forward?
I want to talk about science.
Okay, let's do it. Let's talk about some science.
Did you know that if Sonic were to run at the speed of sound, his face would eviscerate itself?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's science.
Have you ever seen him with skin?
You don't have to show me that again, it's okay.
Show you what?
You know what?
Show you what?
Don't. No.
What?
Robo.
No, I legitimately don't know. What do you want? What do you not want me to show you?
The Sonic Adventure art where he's only wearing skin.
What? That's a thing?
It was literally his body without fur, and he had, like, nipples. You showed me that, or it was somebody else.
I never showed you that. I've never seen that.
Somebody photoshopped, like, a Sonic Adventure 2 pose where it's like his whole body has no fur except his head, and he, like, has nipples, like, discernible nipples.
I've never seen that.
What the fuck?
I can't find it either. What are you talking about?
I swear, somebody sent me that. I'm not crazy. I'm not fucking nuts. You're nuts.
I had no idea what you're talking about.
Stop accusing me.
Apparently someone made a Scourge mod for Sonic Adventure, though.
Oh, that's not surprising. People make fucking mods for, like, Dark Supersonic 2 from Sonic X. Remember Sonic?
There's a Dark Supersonic?
Oh yeah, there was. Season 3.
What?
It was a big deal in the community, like...
It was Dark Nolan.
Yeah, that's where I got the idea for him. Dark Supersonic, it was Dark Nolan.
Really?
Yeah, it was from Sonic X. That's where I got the idea from.
Holy shit.
So, like, you know Nazo Unleashed, that Newgrounds animation?
No.
Oh, well, the Supersonic and Sonic X had a different design called Nazo, which was just mystery in Japanese, and it was like a silver Sonic. You can look this up, like Nazo Sonic the Hedgehog, and you'll find it. And it was supposed to be Supersonic, but they never wound up using that design and just used the regular one. So Nazo got this big following because people were like, who is he? We didn't have any confirmation on who he was until, like, years later. So this one guy made, like, a fan film called Nazo Unleashed. It's like a 30-minute long Newgrounds animation. And now he's making a sequel all these years later, and it looks better than most 2D Sonic animated projects we've seen recently. So I'm excited.
Nazo looks like shit. I just looked him up.
All right, well, are you looking at the Newgrounds version, or...
No, I just looked up Sonic Nazo on Google Images. I don't like his design.
I'm sorry.
Why are you apologizing to me?
I just wanted I wanted to share something with you, Robo.
No, I'll check out Nazo Unleashed, but it's 10 minutes.
It's actually like 30 minutes. That's just part 1.
Oh, cool.
It's like super Dragon Ball Z. It's like Sonic with Dragon Ball Z shit going on.
Okay, then I'll watch that later.
Yeah, it's like it's every edgy Sonic fan's wet dream.
Oh man.
People die, there's blood. Tails gets eviscerated by Nazo. It's great. It's not that.
What?
Oh yeah, sorry spoilers, but yeah.
Have you ever heard of a Newgrounds Zelda fan series called Zelda Unknown Origins?
I have not, but that sounds amazing.
Okay, so it's like it's in a super generic anime style.
Mm-hmm.
And the main character, voiced by the animator, of course, it's Link.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts, like, remembering his previous lives, because in this continuity, each Zelda game isn't part of a convoluted timeline, but is actually, like, a different, like, universe, like, a different, like, reincarnation cycle, which honestly makes more sense to me than the stupid convoluted timeline, but whatever. Anyway, so Link starts remembering his previous lives, his powers, and he's like, whoa!
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, he goes on an epic adventure. And I have no idea what the story is, because it's kind of just going wherever. Like, it starts out kind of like Ocarina of Time, but then there's, like, evil monsters, and, like, Dark Link shows up and, like, terrorizes Link's friends, and Link has to fight a monster. It's a super anime fight scene, and then in the end, he, like, chops the monster's arms off, and he's fallen, and, like, man, Link has this one line where he's like, as soon as you die, the spell you've put on this forest will break, just like your head. And when I was young, I thought that was the most badass line in the world.
Fuck you, it's still the most badass line in the world. Epic!
And then you actually saw the monster, like, hit the ground and, like, the blood splatter and shit, like, oh my god. Or there's another part where, like, Link has to do, like, a test so that he can get into this library, even though Zelda's met him at this point, and Zelda can probably just, like, check out some books from it and, like, lend it to Link, but Link's like, nah, I gotta do it. I gotta become a Hylian Knight so I can get in the library. So it says he doesn't want to do, like, years of training. They have, of course, the most anime thing in the world of fight are super badass, and if you can land one hit on him, then you'll get to be a Hylian knight. You know, that thing.
Isn't that literally the plot to Hyrule Warriors?
I don't know, I've never played it, but this predates Hyrule Warriors.
So Hyrule Warriors ripped off this Flash animation. Okay, good to know, thank you.
Yes, it's a series. It's a Flash series. So it's this, like, super Dragon Ball fight scene. Like, I think they even put in that one song from Lord of the Rings. You know, the one that's all like... You're
gonna have to be more specific. That's literally every song from Lord of the Rings.
Okay, but you get where I'm going. It's, like,
absolutely,
super dramatic. Yes. And, you know, I gotta show you this, because words cannot describe this fucking fight scene. Holy shit. It's actually, like, kind of impressive.
For Newgrounds standards.
Even though the characters look like Garbo.
Well, that's usually how Newgrounds animation worked. The models were, like, torn, like barely hanging on by a thread. But, like, the animation itself was actually kind of okay. Usually how it went.
Yeah. Okay, so you have to watch this, like, right now.
Okay.
You don't have to watch the whole thing, just, like, the first, like, couple of minutes when they do the fight.
Zelda,
okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that is so like, anime. I love this.
I know.
Created.
Scoot. Goes by Scoot Hukos. Look at this.
Wow, puppet rigged animation. Good job.
It's great because Zelda's mic is obviously like 10 times higher quality than this guy's.
So intense.
I know.
I think that's Rina-chan.
I think it is. She voiced, like, everything.
On Newgrounds, yeah.
Oh man, here it comes.
This doesn't even look like Zelda.
I know, that's the OC. It's Aiglabog. Oh man, here it comes. Here comes the fucking fight scene.
Okay.
Are you ready for this shit?
Absolutely.
I don't think you're ready.
He has a Triforce mode.
Yeah, he has Triforce mode.
Oh shit! Bye.
I know. Eat shit, Link. Even he's flying, but like his shoulders are like perfectly sturdy.
Fireball jutsu.
You breathe fire. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, I just remembered how this fight ends.
How long is it? Oh, fuck! That's fucking Silent Hill music.
Yeah, it is. All right, and you don't have to watch the rest, but you get.
Are you insinuating I don't want to because Link's arm just got cut off, and we need to see what happens? Oh my god! Did he just get dunked? Like, did he just get dunked on?
He got fucking destroyed.
I'm here.
I love this show. It's so stupid.
You said epic, Ron. The Deep Darkness Times? That sounds serious. That's so serious.
Deep Darkness Times.
How could you keep this from me?
I don't know. I kept meaning to show it to you. I don't know.
Oh my god.
How big is that fucking sword? How did he even get it out of the building?
I like to picture he struggled with it, like, shit, god damn it.
It's so good!
But the next topic you said? What else do we got?
The next topic is we're gonna make some predictions for the Sonic movie.
Oh, okay, fine. You first, because I don't trust Sonic Team, so.
Okay, so first things first. It's probably going to be some sort of... It's either going to be an edgy adaptation of the first game, like they're going to try to adapt that.
Or adventure.
Somehow. Or adventure, yeah, exactly. So, which one do you think? I'm thinking they might go with the first game, just because people know Green Hill Zone more than they know Adventure.
Well, they can still just, like, ape Green Hill Zone. They can, like, take from the franchise as much as they want, I would think.
We could probably mash them together.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a Frankenstein, similar to Adventure, where they're hunting for the Chaos Emeralds, and then.
But then again, I feel like we're giving this movie too much credit.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do we know for a fact about this movie?
Tim Miller is executive producing it.
Yes.
Fast and the Furious guy is producing it, and Blur Studios and Marza Animation are working on it.
Yeah, and isn't it going to be like Sonic in the real world? Didn't they? That's right. They said
live action CG hybrid, which you think they would know better, but they don't. So
it could be Sonic in the real world, or maybe they're going to try something like dinosaurs. I doubt it, though. It's probably going to be Sonic in the real world.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be that Two Worlds canon that Izuka's pushing, where it's like, oh, they just switch back and forth whenever they want, aka we can't decide, so have our cake and eat it too.
So I'm thinking, okay, so here's my prediction for the Sonic movie.
Yes.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so opening scene. You know, we get the classic Sonic's running around, fighting some robots, having a good time. Turns out Eggman's captured Cream. Oh no, we gotta save him. Tails is flying in too, and he's got Amy, but then he crashes. But it's okay, because Knuckles saves him. Anyway, so Sonic's going up there, and Cream's like, "You'll never get away with this, Dr. Eggman." And Dr. Eggman's like, "I will." And then so Sonic gets there, and then Eggman pushes a button, and then big explosion, and Eggman's like, "That wasn't supposed to happen!" And then Sonic wakes up, and oh my gosh, he's in a street, and people are like, "Whoa, what the heck is that?" And the police go up to him, and they're like, "We're gonna catch you now."
I get it. Yeah.
And so Sonic's running, and the entire police force is chasing him.
I get it. It's Sonic X.
A guy has like a race car, and he starts chasing Sonic.
Anytime now, you can.
And then Sonic like launches himself off a freeway, and he's in a pool, but it's okay because the kid saves him, and the kid dives in, and he saves him, and Sonic's like, "Hey, thanks. What's your name?" And the kid's like, "I'm Chris."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow, you caught on like right away.
Yeah, I caught on like when you said Cream, so like you just went for it. We both had a turn at making awful jokes. Anyway, so my prediction is that it's gonna be Sonic is gonna be like mysteriously introduced, and it's like it's going to take some cues from the Eddie LeBron fan film, where it's like, oh, he's the blue blur. You heard about that guy? And then, like, Sonic's like, what up, bitch? It's either that.
Hey, that's cool, right? And then Doug Walker's like, ooh?
Yeah, it's either that, or it's literally just going to be like every live-action adaptation where Chaos Control throws them into the real world. So basically Sonic X.
It's probably going to be Sonic X,
oh,
honestly.
God, please. No, please don't do that to me.
I mean, I would not like it to be Sonic X, but it's probably gonna be Sonic X, my dude.
Fuck off!
I mean, at least Sonic will be animated nice, because Night of the Werehog looks very good.
Mm-hmm.
But real talk though, first episode of Sonic X is probably going to be like a facsimile of how the opening of the movie goes down.
Thank you so much for giving me hope when there is none.
Except, I bet, like, they're probably going to change some rules to make it fit better within story structure. So, like, I bet instead of 7 Chaos Emeralds, it's just going to be the Master Emerald, nothing else. They're like, yeah, we gotta find the Master Emerald. And the Master Emerald is just the size of a normal Chaos Emerald.
Yeah, I could see that happening. Like, they have to change... Okay, yeah, either they're going to change a lot of shit or they're going to change nothing. That's my idea, is that I like, honestly, I wish I could like make a safer prediction, but if this was just handed to any other schmutz, then I wouldn't like be surprised that it would be shit or anything. But It straight up is like, it has
This
talent.
movie is a fucking wild card.
It has
could
talent.
literally be anything.
It has so much talent put to it, but it's Sonic. So there's no safe prediction. There's no like. It could.
What I think is going to happen is that the Sonic movie and the Mario movie are coming out the same year. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what's going to happen is that the Mario movie is going to be super close to the source material, like so much so that it's actually really stifling. And meanwhile, the Sonic movie is going to change everything, and everyone's going to be talking about that and making fun of it.
Right.
And that'll be like a whole thing, and there'll be like a million fucking Sonic versus Mario movies on videos on YouTube. Like every reviewer is gonna just jab their fingers right in that pie, you know?
Yeah. Okay. I could see that. Do you think it'll be better than the Mario movie?
I'll probably enjoy it more than the Mario movie.
I agree, because knowing Shigeru Miyamoto and Illumination, it's going to be absolutely bland as hell at best.
Yeah. I mean, if it was handed to, like, Blue Sky, that'd be one thing, but Illumination, and it's being, like, and Nintendo's, like, breathing over everyone's necks, like, that movie doesn't have a chance to be anything but painfully average.
Yeah, because Miyamoto doesn't want anything different. It has to be the same all the time.
Yeah.
Thanks, Miyamoto. Thank you.
The Sonic movie is probably going to be completely different. That's my prediction.
But whether or not it's, like, a quality film, I don't know until I could make a better guess if I had the trailer on me, so...
Yeah, so, see, I'm trying to make just like some plot predictions. Now, another thing they could do. Here's another idea. This one's really crazy, and I doubt it's gonna happen, but what they could do is maybe the movie's like an adaptation of that super, super old manga. You know, the one that had like the early concepts for Charmy and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So for context, in that manga, Sonic was like a superhero. Like during the day, he was just some kid like Nicky. His name was Nicky. But then when he needed saving, he turned into Sonic the Hedgehog. But he was a hedgehog normally too. But in this movie, Nicky's like a human, but he turns into Sonic the Hedgehog.
That sounds terrible, and I hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Don't fucking do me in like that. God damn it.
Yeah.
I kind of don't...
That's probably not what's gonna happen. I highly doubt it. I'm just throwing that out there. But it is a possibility.
Yeah, I hope you're wrong. Like, so fucking wrong. Good God, that's the worst thing I've ever heard, and you made me very mad.
I'm so sorry.
So, in short, Dumb Words is canceled. No,
Dumb Words is canceled.
No more. No es bueno. No es bueno.
Okay.
No.
But, like, so, what I want to do is I want to see if we can predict the whole movie. You want to try that?
Okay. Here's my prediction. So what I think is going to happen is I think they're going to start off with like a big reveal of Sonic. And
definitely.
And he's fighting Eggman for the first time. And he saves the day, and it cuts to X amount of years later, and he's like experienced now, he's great. And he meets up with all of his fucking animal friends. I'm thinking the cast is only going to be Knuckles, Tails, Amy, and Shadow. It's going to be those four, and maybe Metal Sonic. Shadow and Metal Sonic will be working with Eggman, and Eggman's like, go get that stupid blue fuck. And then Shadow and Metal are like,
You want to...
Huh?
I have an idea.
Yeah?
And I think it'll be more attuned to the live-action CGI thing.
Okay, go for it.
So, here's my idea.
Uh-huh.
It starts out in the real world, and we have our boring human character that we're following. I'll just call him Chris, just because it's the easiest name.
Okay, fine, go ahead.
So we follow Chris, and Chris just got an internship at Kintober Laboratories. And he's doing his internship. And he's like working, and oh my gosh, look, it's Dr. Kitober. Kitober's like, wow, you're super smart. I'm very proud of you, kid. And Chris is like, oh, because see, Chris doesn't have a dad, and so like he's super idolizes Dr. Kitober. But then like the kid's like, he accidentally gets like locked in, like maybe he falls asleep in a bathroom or something. So he's like walking around like, hey, anyone here? And then he's like, he like sees a secret button like in an elevator, and whoa, he's in an underground lab.
Oh, no.
And what does this button do? And then he presses the button, and it's a warp ring, and Sonic the Hedgehog comes through. And Sonic's like way past cool.
I'm not having fun anymore. This is the opposite of fun.
But that's the kind of shit we get from these movies, man. Your prediction makes way too much sense for it to be what the movie's going to be. That's my problem. Oh, yeah, another thing. Kintober Laboratories, like, in the background, you're gonna see, like, they're working on a Metal Sonic. And, like, it's, like, building up over time. And then in the end, there's, of course, the big battle between Sonic and Metal Sonic. And I'm thinking, I think the side characters actually won't be in this one. I think it's just gonna be Sonic in the real world. And this stupid kid. So they're running around, and they're like, I gotta find the Master Emerald to get back home, and kid's like, I'll help you! And so they're running around trying to find the Master Emerald. They try to go to Kintober, they're like, hey Kintober, I found this fucking talking blue hedgehog, do you want to help me find the Master Emerald? And Kintober's like, and he tries to capture Sonic, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's Anchorman! It's like, that's right, I'm not Kintober, I'm Robotnik, I'm Evil Boy. And I want the Master Emerald so I can power up my Metal Sonic with it and rule the world. And Chris is like, but that's not cool! And then Chris does like a thing, like maybe he like presses a button, and then Sonic does all the work, while Chris is just sort of there. And then they escape. Now they're on a rip-roaring adventure all around the city. And there's like some E.T. shenanigans, like maybe the kid's like just going to school, and then like he looks out the window and Sonic's there, and he's like, ah! And like the teacher's like, something wrong? And he's like, no! And he's like, try to signal Sonic like, hey, don't come in the school. And then Sonic's like, come in the school? Okay. What? Are you okay? And then, oh man, there's these shenanigans. He's trying to hide Sonic from the school, but his love interest ends up finding out. And she's like, who's this? And Chris is like, this is my friend. This is Sonic. And then she's like, you're cool. And then and now she's in the adventure too.
Oh, please, God. Why are you... I'm honestly like... I'm getting like a minor hypertension headache just listening to this. Like...
Oh, and it turns out the Master Emerald is part of the trophy for the school track meet. So Sonic has to teach Chris how to go fast, so that Chris can win the track meet and get the Master Emerald.
Oh, God. Okay. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. That's the movie. That's it. Until we see the trailer, this is what the movie is going to be. I hate you. I hate this. I hate this planet. I hate that I was born in this time. At the very moment, my mom decided me to push her right out of her vagina, and then force me to spend 23 years on this miserable fucking planet. I'm done.
You only hate me because I'm right.
I hate you for a lot of other fucking reasons than that.
But I'm fucking right. That's what it's gonna be. I swear to fucking God. That's what it's gonna be. Alright. I'm so sad, because, like, you were trying to take it seriously, and I kind of ruined it for you, didn't I? I'm so sorry. Are you okay, Nolan?
You fucking know what you did. I will end you. Trust me. One day, someday soon, you will get yours. And it will be fucking
fine.
glorious.
What do you think the Sonic movie will be?
I was explaining it and then you interrupted me, so I don't think you want to hear it. I don't think you want to hear it.
Alright, I'm sorry. You can explain.
No.
I'm sorry.
No. It's too late.
No?
No.
Alright then.
No.
If you don't want to explain it, you don't want to explain it.
No. So I think it's going to be like Sonic goes like and stops Eggman, and then he comes back, and Shadow and Metal Sonic are like Eggman's lackeys or whatever, and they have to find the Chaos Emeralds or whatever the equivalents will be. Maybe it's the Rings, and then the Chaos Emeralds will be in the sequel that won't happen. And it's just basically one big quest movie that goes into the real world, and then Supersonic at the end, because that's how it has to be. And yeah, that's the Sonic movie. It's going to be very, very basic by the numbers. And that's me being optimistic. Hopefully optimistic.
Well, I'm being apocalyptic.
You fucking sure were. Son of a bitch, you fucking drained my life force by like 2-3 years just saying that.
I thought you were gonna have fun playing along, but instead you're just dead.
Yeah, because it sounds terrible and a very likely outcome.
It was too real? Was it too real?
Do you think we've gotten plenty of episodes out of this one, out of this recording? Because holy shit,
Wow.
You certainly ruined my fucking life forever.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, you ruined me in the last episode.
What?
Remember when you told me about Anne, Frank, and Goku, and I, like, self-destructed?
That was amazing, yeah. Good job.
Now I've done it to you.
Alright, fine. We're even, you know.
Well, I guess that does it for this episode of Dumb Words.
All 50 million of them.
Any final words, Nolan?
I hope I die before the Sonic movie comes out.
I can do that. 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 Can do that.